Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, TE Live, Rumble, JioSaavn, Podchaser, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So I have topics and guests to that end. You heard in that 11-year-long promo of my show, Marion Ross from Happy Days, and I'm happy to announce that next week she will be coming live. Well, we pre-recorded, but I'm going to share with you when she came back into my studio at age 94. So we just pre-recorded that show, bringing her to you on Monday. I also have special cancer doctors who have come on to talk about the latest research. I've had lots of classic TV from E.T. Mom. Oh, no, that's not classic TV. From Jerry Mathers in Leave It to Beaver to the beloved Marianne from Gilligan's Island, and also fabulous musicians. And that's what today is about. Not just musicians, but falling off not too far from the musical tree of the incredible founder of The Temptation. His name is Otis Williams. His grandson is in studio again with us today. And you'll notice beside him is my co-host to a fabulous series that we started. I don't even remember. It seems like forever, but we started this co-hosting Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and
Elan Carter.
And welcome to the studio, Elan. We're going to toast as we usually do. Click, get it passed up there. Ding. Okay. And we have Trace on for, I think, your third or fourth time, because I got to meet this amazing young man at a fundraiser. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, folks. And this is now part of my family. So Trace introduced me to his grandfather backstage. I got to do a little interview there, and then his mom on the red carpet. And it was one of those families at first sight. And I'm so grateful to have made their acquaintance, and they've become very special people in my life. So welcome to the studio, Trace and Elan. Yes. You got to wait for your applause.
Thank you for having me again, Dr. Marissa. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to have some conversation today. Like Dr. Marissa was saying, you know, we've become like family. When we met last year, is actually coming up on the 1-year anniversary. You're right. Yeah.
He's going
That's
to the event.
crazy.
You're going tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. That's pretty crazy.
You're going tomorrow where?
To the St. Joseph.
Oh, they're doing it again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to talk to somebody. My email's been going crazy, but that's great. Great. Please tell them all I said hello.
Yeah.
And are you performing this time?
No, not performing, just attending.
Okay, cool. Could you turn your volume up just a bit? I don't know if, Polly, how's their volume?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but it's a little bit muted, and I don't want to be louder than you are.
Oh, okay. I can hear you guys. So we'll just talk louder.
Okay, good. And I'm gonna take this overlay off because the sign is in your face.
Yeah.
Let's see. We don't want that. No, that's not gonna work either. All right. If I go like now, the KCAA is there. So, Elan, can you move over just a bit towards Trace? There we go. I don't want anything in their beautiful face. All right. So, you know how we start? We start with the gratitude sandwich. And that is, what are you grateful for today? So specific things, doesn't have to be long, but just we want to start every day looking at what's good in our lives. So we're not tempted to do this in the morning and find out what's wrong. So here we go. I am grateful that I am 98% moved in. Actually, that's not true. I'm 88% because I haven't unpacked. So, but I'm 88% done moving into this new space that you'll see the view. You've seen the view before, but this is a little bit different because it's you can see, do you see the Wyland building?
I love the way it looks.
Thank you. It's a mess. I'm going to show you the mess. There you go. Haven't unpacked yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So that's my first gratitude. What are you grateful for, Trace?
Well, I'm grateful for all the blessings. You know, God has blessed me with being able to do the thing I love every day, do what's my passion, accomplishments, and, you know, just blessing me with great health. And I just thank God every day. So that's what I'm grateful for.
All right, that's 3. So we're at 4 total. Okay, Elan?
I'm grateful that I get the opportunity as a mom to oversee his career and manage him and have the resources.
Beautiful. I'm grateful that because an occupational hazard of my work is to meet really wonderful, beautiful, inside and out people like Elan and Trace.
Thank you. That means a lot.
That's 5, 6. 2 more. 1 each.
Oh. I am actually grateful. I thought about this last night, to have been raised by very strong, powerful women in my ancestry. Not, you know, ancestors that I know, but I do know that I come from a lineage of amazing women, and I feel like I have guides and I feel blessed.
Beautiful. Trace, bring it in.
Just grateful for the people, you know, my friends that are really in my corner and, you know, really go hard for me, really believe in what I'm doing. So that's what I'm grateful for as well.
And I'm in that fan club right there for you.
Yep.
And also to comment on the strong women. I just love your mom. Goldie is just so close to my heart. The first time I met her, I complimented her on something, and next thing I know, she bought one for me. So I mean, heck, how can you not love someone like that? So you both are blessed to have her, and please, I hope she's listening now or later, and just know that I am grateful for Goldie. I snuck in an extra gratitude.
Yes.
And now we're going to go to the bottom of the bun. The bottom of the bun is a little different. It's gratitude, but directed inside. So what do you like about yourself? Because one of the things that's happened, I believe, in the good thing is last month was Mental Health Awareness. The bad news is it's more than a month, and it is so important for us to recognize the number one person who can affect your mental health is
Yourself.
That's right. And if you don't like yourself, I guarantee you will have a hard time feeling balanced and stable, because you'll be rocked by every negative thing said to you, every troll that says something, every bully that says something. And I said that on purpose because I brought Trace on this time because he's part, I think you founded or started this entire campaign. Is that correct?
Yes.
Which is just, you know, of course he did. because that's why I love him so much. But a campaign against bullying. So we're going to talk about that. If you're just tuning in, you know that this is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, and it is Friday because I have Elan with me in Tempting Conversations. Please do share this stream, and anyone that you know that is being bullied. We're going to talk about being bullied, and if you think you might know some bullies, you can also share this to them and see if they come on. So I say that because if you know who you are and like who you are, 88% of you're much less likely to fall prey to bullying. So what do you like about yourself is the question now for the bottom of the bun. I appreciate that no matter how hard of a hit I get, I get back up. Sometimes it takes a little longer than 16 seconds, which is my goal, but inevitably I will get back up. So I appreciate that about myself. What do you appreciate about yourself? Elan, my beautiful co-host.
Thank you. I appreciate that I am blessed and I'm happy with where I am in my space. And I don't let things bother me anymore. I appreciate that, everyone has stress. You have daily things, but I like myself. So I don't need validation.
Very good. Trace, what do you appreciate about yourself?
Well, I would say actually something similar to that, I'm able to do my thing. I don't need validation as much. Able to do what I love every day, and just be comfortable with who I am, and just have a certain kind of confidence to know who I am, where I stand with other people, and not have to prove myself or try to prove myself.
Beautiful. I appreciate that I'm a great multitasker as I put the names of y'all on your lower third here. And even though they say you don't really multitask, you serially, and that's why sometimes I lose my train because the thought just goes that way. But I appreciate that I can do more than one thing.
That's good.
Yes.
Elan?
I appreciate that I don't take any shiitake. As I get older, like I nip things in the bud, and I think that really helps with mental awareness, because I think that when you address things, you don't harbor it and it doesn't manifest in something else. So I am one of those people that if something bothers me, I'm going to, in a nice way, let you know, and it's not okay, but I move on. And then I'm like done with it.
Beautiful. Trace.
Something that I'm glad for, or that I appreciate about myself, I would say is really just letting things roll off my shoulders, and being focused, being driven, being business oriented, and just looking at what's ahead, what's coming up, and being able to focus and wean out all the distractions or negativity.
Beautiful. I appreciate that. I love playing with colors, as you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to.
Is over there.
Which one do you? I know you like purple, so I've been looking for purple.
Me too.
I like the turquoise.
Which one? That one?
Blue.
The Tiffany blue was really nice.
The Tiffany blue. Is that the one? No.
Nope. Yeah.
There we go. Something closer to that. That one. Perfect. All right. So last appreciation is I am light on my feet, emotionally, mentally, intellectually, physically, and still I went to the doctor yesterday, and he was very proud of me that the last time I saw him, I was 35 pounds heavier. So he was very, very happy that I had, been the boss of me around trying to get back there. So I appreciate that about me. And that is it for the bottom of the bun. Thank you for joining us for breakfast, taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. I promise you, If you do this for 28 consecutive days, you will have the most amazing shift in your life. If you don't like it, if you already like your life, just keep doing it. So that is it for, oh, and I got a finger on that one. Not that finger, but this finger. Thanks so much for tuning in. I see the eyeballs coming in. Go ahead and put your comments, questions, and appreciation of yourself and others in the comment section, and then I can put you up on the screen. And today is a celebration day for the Otis Williams family, because if I were Otis, not only am I proud of the fact that I'm 81 and still performing, founder of the Temptations, but I created a daughter, a strong, beautiful, powerful daughter who, he did make fun of your voice, and I don't like him for that. But that's the only thing I don't like about your dad. But anyways, a daughter who birthed a son who is now a musician in his own right, following the footsteps of his grandfather. And not only that, the reason why he's on today's show is he has started a campaign that really is going to make a difference. And I want you all to join and support what he is doing. So with that, I'm going to just let you two explain what you're doing. Actually, first of all, Trace, what have you been doing since the last time I saw you on the show? That's traditionally what we do. So tell me what's been going on, and then we'll talk about the campaign. How's that? How's the music going?
Yes, the music's going amazing. I've been working on a lot of new songs, a lot of projects. I have 2 performances coming up. I'm actually headlining the Troubadour. I'm headlining the Mint. So I'm very excited about that. I've been working on, different TV things. I've been starting up again with acting. I've been doing some acting stuff. I signed with an agency recently. So I've just been working on a lot right now, just really on the grind. I have a lot of stuff coming up, which I'm excited for you guys to see. And,
there's a lot of things in the works.
A lot of things in the works.
He can't tell everything.
Oh, mum's the word. Did you see this?
Can't really say until, but it's some good stuff coming up. He's been really diligently grinding for for like a good 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you see it? He's been doing some photo shoots.
Yes.
That is so
he did
gorgeous.
Some out so much. We didn't send the ones with his shirt off. So he's got these muscles, which is unbelievable. I have to send you. Oh my God. It's like
I know what his guns look like. The last time I went to one of his performances, I think it was 2 performances ago, he had a muscle shirt. I'm like, dang.
It always comes home as he shows us.
Ooh. See, I can't make inappropriate comments because his mom is my girlfriend and she'd kill me.
I need to go to the gym, and he tries to invite me, and the problem is I'm like, oh yeah, I'll see when you get back. I have coffee. I get up. So bad. I need to go.
Well, anyways, you look great. I'm so glad to hear that things are going well. You are continuing to put yourself out there. I know your music videos, people can actually access your music videos now. Just go to YouTube channel and put in Trace Austin, and you'll get his videos as well. You'll get my, how many interviews have we done? 2, maybe 2.5. Put in Dr. Marissa and Trace Austin. I'm just like, I was reflecting before you guys came on today, how cute it was. 1 or 2 of the times, this is how Elan gets to be my co-host. First, Trace introduces me to her on the red carpet. Then I interview Trace on the show and pull in her halfway in the thing. And then we have an interview with Trace and Elan. And then we have an interview with Elan. And then Elan becomes my co-host.
Yay!
That's such a cute story, though. At least it's
Right.
crazy.
It organically happened because I was working with someone to do a podcast, and I mentioned it to you. And it's like, I'm going to do this podcast. I have this background in journalism, da 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 da. And so my friend, I was last night, and she said to me, she goes, you kept saying we're going to do the podcast, and then I pop up, you're on one. Like, you're just like, whatever, I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
She brought it up last night. She goes, and because I was talking to you about what we're doing today. And she's like, and then you're doing one. And you kept saying, oh, well, I'm going to have it together. And automatically you just popped up on one. I was like, yeah, it happened the way it was supposed to.
That was really serendipity. Doodah. Yeah, for sure. All right. So caught up with Trace. How can people sign up to be? I know you have a fan group too on Instagram. I think I saw.
Yes.
So how do people follow you? How do people get your music? This is your commercial, babe. Take it.
Thank you. So on Instagram, you can follow me at The Trace Austin. All platforms, Trace Austin. I have a new song called Move Out. It's a Latin pop song, so you guys will like that one. Spotify, Apple Music, and then my website, you keep updated to everything I have going on, including my songs, my upcoming shows. That's TraceAustinMusic.com. TV appearances, everything across the board. So make sure you keep updated to The Trace Austin on Instagram and TraceAustinMusic.com.
All right, we're gonna pull it. Ooh, look at that. I'm so glad I asked. The colors are magnificent. Here we go. Wow, let's look at this. Latest album, The Offspring. It almost sounds like an alien movie.
Offspring from Otis. He's the offspring.
Oh, I get it. It took me.
Yeah. It's clever. It's more subliminal.
It definitely is. Let's see if we can do this without getting a copyright strike.
Go to the morning. Go to the morning. So we gon' keep on going to the morning, keep on going to the morning. I ain't really with telling lies, I just want you for the night. I'm dividing all my ends and watching your hair blowing in the wind. I ain't really with telling lies, I just want you for the night. I'm dividing all my ends and watching your hair blowing in the wind.
I'ma take my time with you. I'ma pick you up. I'ma lay you down. I'ma lick you up, but it's only for one night.
I don't know.
I said it's only for one night. You won't catch my.
All right. That is a little taste of my guest today, Trace Austin. We are in our special series called Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and
Elan Carter. What I was going to tell you is that particular song is with the rapper, The Game, who's very big. I don't know if you know who The Game is, but I don't know that particular, when he comes on, even though it's really good, it's a little racy. So that's what was like, cut that one off. Trace doesn't have racy lyrics, but he has a little bit of racy lyrics, so I don't want to get in trouble. But anyway, rapper's pretty big. You know, he was started with 50 Cent. People know who The Game is, if you don't know who The Game is. Wow. So yeah, he has that song, which is great. One of my favorites. It's more of a ballad, but
okay. Thank you for warning me because
cut it off.
I heard you do something and I knew there was a little bit of urgency in there. And welcome to Maria, who is streaming in, I can't remember where you told me. I know Orville Nation is New York. I know that
she's Colorado.
Thank you, Elan. Look at that, Maria. She knows what's going on. Thank you for joining us. And I'm introducing you to
the Latin song "Move" is on Spotify or YouTube. I don't know.
Apple Music.
That one's like the.
Okay, you're cutting out just a bit. I was so excited because your internet's been longer stable for a while. So you're frozen now, But if you don't become unfrozen, I'll have you step out and come back into the studio. Yes, it is Colorado. Elan definitely gets the point on that one, and I lose because I couldn't remember. I'm definitely I need a new external hard drive for my memory is what's going on here. But thank you for joining us. The eyeballs are rolling in. This is Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. The station that leaves no listener behind, home to the Asian Oprah. And today, our special series, Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa, and she's frozen again. Okay, we're going to keep rolling here. And we just heard Trace's music, and I wanted to have him on today because he is launching a very special campaign. And if you can hear me, Elan and Trace, could you go out and then come back in and see if we can't get a better line? There we go. Maria, today it's not me, unfortunately. But have you noticed, Maria? I got my stuff together last night and tried to put my virtual home studio back together. So I am talking about okay, here we go. I am talking about a campaign that Trace has created. Tell me, Trace, about this campaign and how you came about it.
Well, my campaign and organization, Tap Together All Protected, is to serve the purpose of helping kids who have been bullied, providing therapy, providing self-defense classes, providing, arts and different arts, like arts and entertainment workshops for them. And the parents have been bullied as well. So, it's something that the kids go through and the parents go through. So I created TAP because I've gone through it since I was in third grade. I've been bullied. Kids look at me as being different because I was into music, into acting. I wasn't, a crazy athletic person or a star athlete. So because of that, I created TAP and just made it so kids have a voice. Kids feel like they have a platform. They could do what they love. They could be more comfortable. And if they feel they need somebody to talk to, they could talk to them. So
they're protected.
And they're protected.
Right.
So we did a rollout for Anti-Bullying Month, which was in October. In November, we have events we're planning, gathers. So we're going to cover all of that, therapy sessions. We're going to try to build centers in the future where it's everything in one, where kids can go to, they can talk to people, but they can also
self-defense
have the self-defense classes
and also too, like for the parents, the parents need guidance on how to deal with schools when they're being bullied. I think it's different. When we were coming up, schools dealt with it differently, but because there's so many rules and you can't talk to the kids, you can't touch the kids, the parents can't talk to each other. It's changed so much, right? If you got bullied and the principal called, you already knew and the parents dealt with it. Now these parents are like, well, I don't want this and that. And I'm like, well, this is why your kid is the way they are, because, you don't believe in discipline in your child, which leads to another set of problems, which if the parents are giving money to the schools will not do anything and allow your child to get bullied. Then you have kids who are suicidal, and it continues to happen day after day. We see it on the news. And I've been an advocate for this since Trace was a young child. And I had attorneys that I said, look, I have evidence of him having broken bones. I've got evidence of him getting a concussion. I mean, it was just a treasure trove of evidence towards the school. But the problem is,
what?
Wait, let me wrap this up. So instead of the school being on my side, they will spin it like, well, you're angry, especially as an ethnic woman, and your child is the problem, so the kids, they get annoyed. I had one kid, the one school where the kids were so racist, they took a belt, called him a slave, and hit him. Teacher did nothing. It was so unbelievable whenever he was called that word, right, that we can't say we know that derogatory word. they justified that. But the minute Trey said anything to a kid about his hair being not okay or his pants being okay, oh, he was just offending the children. So what the parents need to have is someone who can support them of the rules of what a school is supposed to do, because every school has a code. And when your child leaves that school, leaves your home for those 8 hours, you're supposed to act as a guardian, as a protector. Right? So they're not allowed to let these things happen. And the teachers can tell when a kid is being bullied. They know, but they choose to look the other way. I had one particular teacher call me and he said, listen, young guy, this is what's going on. They're trying to set him up to get him in trouble. And I still, I really appreciate that teacher who actually took the time to do that. But the other teachers were like, yeah, we don't want to deal with it anymore. Let's try to get the kid out. So what they do is they'll unite together and they'll try to make your kid be the problem. They would do stuff like alter his grades, and my husband has a Yale degree, I have a degree, and we would go through his grades and we were like, this is not okay. This is an A paper. Every answer is right. And then they would try to justify it. And then we had to circle back. So the parents need some kind of support too, because emotionally, when your child is being treated like that and they justify it, then you become angry, right? So they had to know. I had gathered so much evidence against them when they tried to come up with that story, that narrative. I said, this is not going to work. And we had one principal at the last school who was so supportive. He started laughing at the head of the school. He said, good luck trying to create a case against Trace because his mother is almost like, like an attorney. He told Trace, he goes, I don't know, what is she, a detective? How she has eyes at school when you're at home, when she's home. Because I was so diligent. The kids would do stuff because of Snapchat and all these social medias. They would bully him and then film it. And I would film it on their film, right? So I had, when the school called me in and they tried to say all this stuff, I just looked at the head of school and said, shame on you. Because look at what has happened. I had kids come to my house in the middle of the night threatening to beat him up. And the school did nothing. So I had gathered all this stuff. And I said, listen, I am suited and booted because I'm ready. But not every parent's like me. Not every parent has that to go after, and they have other kids. So they need to be prepared. The kids need to have self-defense classes. They have to have a support group. So if they are into other things besides what the school does that makes the school look good for their numbers or to rank in the leagues when they are competing with the other schools in their area, they need to have something else for them. Because every child should be able to do what they want to do to be successful. So that's where the bullying comes in. So you only not get bullied from the kids, you get bullied from the staff because they don't like you. I had one teacher kick his chair, cuss him out, and says, I just don't like you. So the teacher was accused him of cheating. I mean, it was just consistent. So anyway, we started this campaign because
before we talk more about the campaign, I just need to stop for a second because I'm just like taken away and taken aback here because this is the first time I'm hearing any of this. And as a protective, honorary auntie, Dr. Marissa of Trace Austin, I want to go beat somebody up right now. And to your credit, both of you, that this is not even something that, you don't lead with this. Okay. There are a lot of people who, take their pain and they splash it all over the place and, oh, poor me. And there's none of that, number one. So that's credit, right? That's respect. Number two, and the most important, is you take something that's dark and you're using your limelight to shine the light to dispel that darkness. And for that, I'm giving you, first of all, Trace. First of all, Trace, I mean, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I mean, I really, like Maria was like, oh my God, that concussion, threatening beat up, teachers, just
I
like
have a video. I have a video of him getting hit. Like, I literally, with one of the interviews that we did, I said, now it's time to let people see it, because even my friends, right, who have kids at school try to say, well, your son has problems at every school. Let me say, Trey started high school. He was only 4'11". He was really tiny. So he didn't start growing until like we were in the middle of COVID, and he got a bit older. 16 and a half, 17 is when he started growing. So when we left actually being in school in person, he was still really small. And I have a video of a kid going to shake his hand, and this kid's like 6'3" because he was a basketball player. He goes to shake Trace's hand, and he hits him so hard. And I had Trace, one of the interviews he did recently, I said, you need to show the video. We're going to start showing it. I know you may feel some shame, but you shouldn't, because other kids are going through this, right? There's no shame to this. Shame on the person who did that. So one day I'm going to let you put it up. I should have let you put it up today, because it's just it's so heartbreaking to see. I blurred the kid's face out, which I did not want to, because they're not underage anymore. But the school did nothing.
So again, I'm sorry that it happened to you, but I believe that, in pain, there's power, and you grabbed a hold of that. And now you're using your influence to shine light on something, not the people, but the problem. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I'm going to give you specifically the a Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award. Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award. This is for Trace Austin.
Thank you.
That's amazing, because you could be doing so many things to get revenge, or to smack talk, or to go back and, tower over them and smack them on the head after a handshake. And so that's that. Now I'm going to turn and give the spotlight. And I knew you were strong. I know we're sisters in that, strong mama bear. But I had no idea that it was to that extent. And so I'm giving Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award to my co-host, Elan Carter.
Look at my muscle. Look at my muscle.
Wait, show it again. Show it again, because
I need to work
applause.
it out. It's not there. It's disappeared. I gotta start working out.
Wow. The only thing that I knew was your mom told me that she's been really hard on you to get you to develop a stronger reflective coat armor, so that when you do get negative trolly comments, that you don't take it personally. But I had no idea that it was way more than that, because the level of what you experienced, that's not average. Okay, let's just say that's not average. You've had to go through. And to me, it's almost unbelievable. It's like, I'm sure some of them know that you are the grandson of the founder of the Temptations, or maybe they don't know.
Well, there was more.
I mean, you shouldn't do it no matter who it is.
Well, but listen, it started in third grade, believe it or not, all the way through high school. Third grade, it was so bad. And at that time, I was going through my cancer treatment. And I remember Trace had an audition for an acting thing. And I was like, Trace, you have to be able to cry on cue. Can you cry? Think about what you went through when you were being bullied. He goes, no, Mom. He goes, I just didn't like the way the school treated you when you were going through cancer treatment and sick. And I was being bullied, and they bullied you. That's what bothered him more than anything, because the school was attacking me, that my doctors at Cedars had to call them and say, Mrs. Price is ill, and you guys are harassing her, and he's in third grade. I mean, it continued from third grade all the way to high school. Now, he went to school with Britney Spears kids, right? They always had their bodyguard there with them. But even as they got older, they ended up in the same school. And Trace always had been friends with them. And one particular kid, Preston, and I'm not saying it because it's Brittany's son, you know, Trace would say to them, look, these guys are only nice to you because of your mom. And it became interesting because they tried to use him and not be nice to him at some point. So when they were celebrity kids, parents, I think some of the kids or the parents probably, they'd go home and say something. I would assume, I'm not saying allegedly, like assume that the parents would go, well, that kid's probably such and such because there's such and such as kid. And then you would have the kid come back and not be nice, right? Because I think there was some jealousy or resentment, which to me, you had to hear it at home first in order to come back and respond like that. So Trace knows more because he was friends with him. They went through a little bit too, just, you know, not treating them that great, not to the extent we did, you know, but, you know, I never really talked about my dad and he never really talked about it either. So a lot of times they didn't know because we never discussed it. And when they did find out, you know, when he started doing his music stuff, the last school, they were really resentful. Instead of being like, we got this kid in school and his parents, whatever, they were resentful. He had to fight the kids because when he got in high school about me being a playboy. And I'm like, wait a minute, if your friends are looking me up from the 90s, like, what are they doing? You know, and so the school kind of gave him a hard time about that. And then they tried to give me a hard time. So, you know, it was just ridiculous. It became one thing after another after another. And when he graduated, I literally was crying because it was such a battle to get him through school because Trace is a very personable person and he likes to be friends. He wasn't causing problems. He's very social. Now, I have totally different experience with my daughter because the minute she sees any kind of like negativity or someone with bad energy, she's like me. She reads it well and she's like, okay, I'm good. My shield goes right up. She separates herself. But he's more of, hey, you know, how are you? I want to be your friend. And what I did say to the school, I said, you could spin this whatever way you want. When can you say one time that he aggressively or caused anything to receive the behavior? Now, mind you, this is private school. I'm also paying for him to go to school. He wasn't there.
I know. I didn't even raise that part. You're paying for this crap.
Absurd expensive. He's in one of the best private schools, and that was even worse. And then with the exorbitant amount of money that we were paying, they wanted us to donate more money. Well, I'm going to donate more money for you to mistreat my kid.
Yeah, no way.
It just has to stop all the way around. I see kids that were bullied at a young age being suicidal. You're anti-gay. That's not fair. Let these children be what tomorrow is going to be. We have all these rules across the country now where, you know, you can't be LGBT. We're against that. Who cares? Let the kids grow. They're going to be the next generation to make this world better.
Hear, hear. Well said, Elan. And it is June. And it is LGBTQA plus month. And so also perfect timing for an anti-bully campaign. If you've just tuned in and you're wondering who's in my studio, it is Friday. So it is our special series, Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and my co-host,
Elan Carter.
And today we're talking about bullying because unbeknownst to me until now, we have a young man who's not just a rising star in music and is not, you know, I invited you thinking that this was, you know, a campaign. You want to put your energy behind something, a cause, you know, a lot of stars put their, you know, support this, support that, but having no idea how personal this was. I'm still kind of, you know, in shock about that, but so proud that you are using this as a personal, just like I'm one of the 7 out of 10 of us who've had childhood trauma from the home. You had it in school, right? And do you spend your life resenting or being angry or being depressed about it? No. You use that pain, you turn it into power, and you start a campaign that Trace is starting in October, because in October, it is a bully awareness month, I think it is. So the program is called TAP. And tell me again what TAP stands for.
Together, all protected.
Together, all protected, which is actually my initials. So Trace Austin Price.
We started it last summer.
Yep.
So it'll be actually our year anniversary in August that we started the campaign. We just hadn't launched the gala or anything, but we're going to do a fundraiser. We were just putting everything together last summer, and we did a lot of media on it. So
wonderful.
He's done a lot of radio shows and online shows. He did a whole campaign, Sunset Magazine, TMZ, Perez Hilton. There were so many articles. iHeartRadio. So there's a lot of magazine rollout that we did that covered this last November, December.
Okay.
He's had footage on it. So now we're just going to we want to get people together to support it, to come together and say, look, we want to be a part of that campaign. We want to launch this campaign. And we just need eyes and hands on, basically. Yep. We don't want to just
here we go
and go, hey, we have a campaign.
Yeah. Well, this is I was traveling. That's why I was trying to remember why I didn't cover this, but I was traveling last October. So this is a 501c nonprofit. TAP stands for Together All Protected. Another thing I didn't know, it's also Trace. What's your middle name?
Austin.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, that's why. I wondered why it was a different last name. Austin is not the last name.
No, it's his middle name.
No, it's my middle name, but it's also my artist name. So I use Trace Austin for everything.
I'm just learning all kinds of new things today. To raise awareness for anti-bullying. I love this. The event is to be determined, so stay tuned. It is in October. We have some time. Red carpet, food and beverages, DJ live performance, mental health agencies and law enforcement, celebrities who are advocates of anti-bullying, and believe me, Elan knows a lot of big people. So, and I'm going to try to get some of my past guests too there. Raise funds for TAP for programs like minority youth, LGBT, foster kids, parent support groups for children who committed suicide, and more. So you can contact Mama Bear, Elan Carter, and then the publicist, and it's Unite Against Bullying. So I just went through the poster of what's going on, and I really would like, did I not share it? Did I share it?
You put it up a little bit earlier.
Oh, okay. I was just reading from that, thinking that it was on camera. So that's what I just referred to. And if you go to his website, I'm sure there's a tab on that as well.
And we're just finishing everything up because we actually, and I'm not just doing that just because I'm trying to get stuff for nothing. We're going to have a GoFundMe because what we want to do is sponsor kids. That's our next campaign. We're going to sponsor a child who has had bullying problems and get a furry friend. There's nothing more nurturing than an animal, right? Animals read our energy. And so we're going to sponsor a child who maybe has a parent who's a full-time, parent who works, mother and father, or, a single mom. I'm on a board of Single Moms Planet. And, just for a child to have a friend when they come home from school. I remember being bullied myself as a kid, and I would run home from school before the kids would come or try to leave early. So they would follow me home from school. And if I had a little furry friend to be there for me, that would make me feel so good and comforted. So we're going to do a GoFundMe for that. And I'm going to put that up soon. So if people can donate, that would help. We're going to have some kids, and we're not going to exclude any kids. We're going to have a lot of kids send in their application, and we're going to try to get through all of them to get a dog, and we can have the dog trained. So the child wouldn't have to train it, a dog who has good behavior, because we don't want a bad doggy behavior if we got bad kid behavior. So right. Also the child will be able to, at least the first year, pay for food or any medical expenses. So that's our first thing we would like to do. We would like to sponsor a child and for furry friends. And then, we'll do another one where we'll have classes, to offer. So hopefully we will get people to donate to the campaign. It will really help us help other people. Yeah. And Trace has a song, and I should have sent you that. It's called, which everyone did this song called My Story. It's such an amazing story about how he felt and what went on with him. And the music's beautiful. And it's called My Story.
Oh, I
And
definitely want to hear it.
Song to play because they really like, everyone's like, oh my God, it's just so impactful when you hear it.
Well, we just got a notification here that you are invited on another show to broaden your reach on this specific campaign. She doesn't normally do this because it's the first time I've seen her do it since she's been supporting my show. And so we'll follow up with Maria in Colorado. I'll never forget that again. And she loves the idea of the animal lover, and I love that too. In fact, on the 20th of June, I'm having an organization that uses animals that they've adopted to help with veterans who are going through some kinds of maladjustment coming back with depression. So, hey, we know, I know the only beings that are unconditionally loving are dogs. I call them unconditional dogs because not cats, but dogs, because people think that they're unconditionally loving. They're not. We can't. We're human, but dogs.
They us more than they love themselves. I do have I got a kitty cat. First time I've ever had a cat. You know, I bought this cat. I didn't have a cat. I had rescued a cat buying dog food in Petco. And this cat is like a dog. Like, it's the most lovely cat. Oh, I love it. There are some cats that are doggy cats. I call them doggy cats.
All right, we're coming up at the end of the show. As usual, we run out of time every time Elan and I get together. But Trace, I want you to just finish off. One quick question. What do you think of your mom being a Playboy bunny or a playmate from before? I've always wanted to ask you that.
I think it's pretty dope. Like, you know, being like, well, I want to say that because then it's like, you know, of course, like, it's like dope for her and like, congrats. Like, sometimes when kids would pull, you know, the pictures up, but I'd be, you know, of course, get into it with them. But
they would pull my pictures up in class, he said.
Yeah, they would pull it up in class. But it's like, I think it's dope for her to be able to say that she did that. You know, not many people can say that, you know, they've been there. So it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, be able to turn it into a positive thing, you know?
Absolutely. All right. And what do you have? I'm getting the 3-minute signal a minute ago. So Trace, finish this up. What do you want to say to everybody?
I want to say thank you for having me today. There was a lot of support in the comments. Thank you, Maria from Colorado. I really appreciate the comments. I appreciate the support. And we had a great talk today, covered a lot of things. We filled Dr. Marissa in on a lot.
As we do every show.
So I think today was amazing. It was amazing talk for sure.
And we invite anyone who wants to talk about the campaign. You can always write me. I'm on IG too as Elan Carter P. And just DM me and send me a message because I'm always welcome to new situations, ideas, and anything that you have, the input that can help us grow and better our campaign. We are all for it. We're just like, you know, hands-on.
Absolutely. So go and put in your calendar in October. If you want to get behind this, volunteers are also always appreciated for some things like this. This is a nonprofit. It is a registered 501c. There will be a GoFundMe. Go follow the Trace Austin on Instagram so you can be schooled. And Elan Carter P. Stay tuned here. This has been an amazing, beautiful, heart-opening episode of Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. Thank you for joining us. It is all about balance. Here we go. You know the deal. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Go and have the best weekend ever. We'll see you on Monday with Marion Ross. beloved mother from Happy Days, Mrs. Cunningham, 94 years with her son, Jim Meskimen. Repeat guest coming on here on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa. Love you all. Have the best weekend ever. Woohoo!